great. I love to just get some things out of the way quickly so that we can get to the meat of the day. Um, well, not out of the way, but I'm going to go ahead and share my screen this time and just pull up our minutes. I think, yeah. Thank you so much, Phil, for always being on top of these. Like, it's huge to have somebody who in a group like this who's willing to step up and do this. So I really, really appreciate it. Um, so hopefully you guys had a chance, but I just pulled them up from our last meeting. We talked a little about the trash policy, which I didn't, I don't remember, I don't think I sent you guys yet because it's very much still not, it's not before the town yet. So I figure when they're ready to look at it, that's when we'll look at it. Um, the grants, maybe when we do updates, Jackie can update on that later. But anyway, we talked about those last time. The Mass DEP grant with the compost bins, our speaker series, the mailer, and then touched on some of these last things, the mailer, Earth Day communications, and the Keep Mass Beautiful update. So do we have a motion for those?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Thank you, Charisse. Moves to approve the minutes. A second.
I'll second.
Jen second. And roll call vote. I'll put Raphael on the spot. You just logged in with your very nice background. Showing up for Topsfield.
Absolutely. That's the only thing I use Zoom for.
So you're on the minutes?
Okay, yeah, aye.
Aye, wonderful. Jen?
Aye.
Bill?
Aye.
Charisse?
Aye.
And I am an aye. Next on our agenda, let me get it open. So the mailer and the rebate program, did you all receive a mailer?
Yes. It's
Yes.
Yay!
That looks awesome.
I wonder, since Topsfield Cable's on here, if they're listening, I'm gonna maybe pull it up real quick. And while I'm looking for it, because it might take a minute, the rebate program. So an update since last time, I think we authorized to like go ahead and talk to the town and the finance team and see what they were willing and able to do for a rebate. And what was decided is, one second, they using the RDP grant money along with the CART specific grant money. We checked with KP Law, the town's council, to make sure that it was all above board for us to be able to offer a rebate to residents who sign up for curbside composting. It's on this page. I'm sharing the screen now about it. And we calculated it. It's about 50%, slightly more, like a fraction of a percentage more. We're just giving them 45, we're rounding up, $45 for the first 6 months of their enrollment subscription with curbside composting. It's only for if you do it for weekly versus bi-weekly, so that it's just very simple for our accounting department to just, if the resident qualifies, they get a $45 check. There's no like doing the math. Which one did they enroll out for? And like, what's half of that? Blah, blah, blah. So we kept it simple that way. We'll continue to provide the free bin. I'm working still with Mass DEP. I have a meeting with them tomorrow, actually, on just getting the stickers that we will then put on top that say it's part of the Mass DEP grant program, which we can do after the fact if we need, if we have subscribers before we have stickers. I haven't gotten any update on whether we've gotten new subscribers since this went out last week, I think. The end of last week probably is when they hit mailboxes. But this is the program. So do we have any questions?
Looks great.
No, I think it looks awesome.
Woohoo! All right. The other part of the mailer, well, just to quickly with the rebate, Sharice and I are also talking about how to then do the same kind of communication to the school families in the schools. And we spoke with Black Earth because they offer Black Earth itself, so nothing to do with the town or our town money. They offer like referral reward of $10 per referral off of your bill. So we spoke with Black Earth and said, that's really nice, but when it comes to the school getting an invoice, $10 off, nobody notices that. And the students definitely don't notice it. So what we are doing instead with the schools is Sharice is working with the schools to identify what the prize will be, but we're going to share it as if 10 families say we're subscribing because of the school referring us, the school will get credit for $10 for 10 families, $100 worth of a prize. So we're going to frame it as this is the item that the school will receive from Black Earth Compost when 10 families sign up, and a different prize for if 20 families sign up. And that's like per school. So Stewart and Proctor can each get a prize if families list them as the reason as their referral source. Any questions on that? Thanks, Sharice, for the
Good
legwork
idea.
on that.
So the school gets the money back?
The school gets a prize. So normally the school would get
Prize.
a $10 off their bill from Black Earth. But like we said, no one really notices that, like it's not a tangible incentive for the students at the school to say to their family, like, you know what, make sure you say that the school referred you. We're also going to, I haven't had this call yet, but I have a call planned with Black Earth to ask them to, they're updating their website. Black Earth is updating their website mid-April. It will go live and the interface will be a little better. So I'm going to ask them if they can do a drop down for who referred you, and include, like, just have it be like, you just check the school. And if it's a neighbor or a friend, then you have to say neighbor, friend, and then list their name. So hopefully they'll be able to do that. That's just the idea that we have.
Okay.
So will the 10 or 20 count towards our 150?
The families will, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still have to see if I can. Thanks. Phil shared between meetings, like he shared with me an information that suggests that Black Earth has the capacity to weigh as they tip. So I'm still trying to see if Black Earth will somehow give the town credit for the schools.
Right.
Because how many carts, Sharice, did you say?
I was just going to look back and see what I said. It's 5 toters per school per week. So it's 10 toters, and those are 45 gallons each. Yeah. Now, they're not necessarily filled to the brim, depending on a given day. But I would guess each one would certainly have more than one of our little toters. So I just feel like it should count towards the Topsfield count.
Yeah.
To get to the next level.
Yeah. So I'm going to work on that. I might even, like, if we can get a certain start, if we move the needle enough, just be like, come on, like, let this tip us over the edge,
Yeah, exactly. And just to update you, we don't have any feedback from the schools on potential prizes yet. So I think we may need to just decide.
Okay.
And we do at least have a plan for getting the kids involved to share excitement with their families. The school librarian said she would talk with the kids about it and have kids make posters to put up around the school to encourage getting their families to sign up for composting. We're going to include it in the principal email newsletters, and also the librarian will speak to the faculty advisors for student council and have the student council make posters and promote it as well.
Yeah, that's
So
awesome.
hopefully that provides a good bump.
Yeah, it's great. And I mean, it's definitely leveraging, they already do it at school, right? So it's a good opportunity. All right. So I think did we answer all the questions? Okay, so then just the other side of our mailer. Did you guys like this setup? Do you think that if we do, I mean, would you like to see something like this going out from Sustainable Topsfield like a couple times a year if we keep doing programs? What are your thoughts on this?
I definitely would. I think it looks great.
And it does look great. How did you do it?
On Canva.
Oh,
Canva's the best. I should say that's what I was going to mention before. I know we're kind of like saying, come on, Black Earth, give us more credit for the schools, but they also, I just want to go on record to say they've been really great partners. And so they actually designed most of this side and then they passed it off to me and I adjusted a few things on it. And then, so that's the more involved, complicated side. That was mostly Black Earth. And then this side was me. So you can tell who went to school for marketing and who's teaching herself. All right. Any other thoughts on that stuff before we move on? I can't see you now because I just switched my screen. So just talk if you have something.
Zilly, do you have like a photo image of both pieces, both sides of the mailer, so we can use it on social media?
Yeah. I mean, what I just shared is just, it's not a photo, it's a PDF.
Yeah, I guess.
So I'm not sure.
Do you want to just take a screenshot of the PDF?
Exactly. Yeah, I think I'll screenshot the PDF because the last one you sent was the final version, right? And that was a PDF.
Yeah, I can also just resend it to you to make sure you have the most final.
Okay, thank you.
I'm not going to try to multitask, 'cause then I'll do something wrong and I'll send you the wrong one. Send Charisse PDF.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. It's good stuff. And I do have on my list, my to-do list, to take that and also see about schoolifying it for the schools, just so you know. But yeah, for social media, that's a good one. All right, I keep switching my screen now. Oh, so we talked with the mailer, we kind of touched on the speaker series. But what I would love to do today is see if people can, we have March, I'll share my screen again. Why not? I'm very visual, so it would help me to see it. So we have, actually, I'll do it this way. March 26th, April 9th. These, what days of the week? I think those are both Thursdays. Can you guys let me know if you're able to attend these? And if so, if you would want to be sort of a greeter or introduce the speaker or anything like that. We don't have to necessarily do that right now, but if you know the answer, I can make a note and then we can follow up. If not, you can let me know by text or email so I know who's, I know I actually might, in fact, I think I do have a conflict on the 9th, which I'm so bummed about because I really want to be there. So that one I definitely would need someone.
I put the 9th on my calendar already, Zilly. So if there's anything you need me to do for that, just let me know.
Okay. Do you want to just go ahead and plan on sort of greeting them, the speaker, the Black Earth folks?
Yeah, if I have something to read off of.
Yeah, of course.
Like just a blurb,
right.
I can introduce the speaker, yes.
I'll send you the full blurb that they sent us, which I dumbed down to fit on 3 lines. So I'll send you that.
Okay. I think
Anyone?
I'm available all except for the May 18th.
Okay.
Them all on my calendar, so um, I can be at any of them.
Okay. Thanks, Sharice.
Will you have extra handouts of the mailers to potentially
It's a
give
good
out to people?
question. I know that there were, Sam said there were like, I think she said 18 extras and she dropped them off at Zoomies. So they're probably sitting in the back room at Zoomies. But that's not that many. I could print a few. If it's just a few, I could print them off at home as well.
Well, maybe do you have like one of those plastic clear placard things, and we
Yeah.
can just have like each side on display
Yep.
when
I love
people
it.
walk in?
Yep. Perfect. Good idea. Thanks.
I think I can be at any of them or all of them. I'm just not
Okay.
sure yet.
Okay. So now at least I kind of know now. And Raphael, do you know if you're able to attend these? To put you on the spot.
I'll look.
Sorry?
Oh, I'm not sure. I'll take a look.
You'll take a look. Okay. So we have enough of us able to come. Stephanie, were you about to say something?
Yeah, I could do the 9th. I know that. I don't know about the other ones, but I'd definitely be there for the 9th. So
Okay, awesome. Thank you. All right. So in that case, maybe we'll take it one by one as far as like, those of us that are there, I'll just touch base maybe the night before and say, all right, do you want to introduce? Do you want to, well, what do you want to do? And then I will provide the extra copies of the mailer. So that's that. Minimize the screen so I can see what I'm doing. I'm sorry, guys. Does someone else have the agenda open in front of them? What's next? Because I closed. Oh, I got it.
Okay.
Earth Day. You guys, I'm so behind. I miss the days when Jen Forrester was super organized about getting everybody to show up at planning meetings at Zoomies, and we had it all together. However, we do have a really good checklist spreadsheet that Jen created to work off of. And it's just been on my list literally for the last 2 weeks to email the whole Friends of Sustainability group and ask people to help. And it's so sad that I haven't done that yet. But for today, because that's something that we need volunteers to do, I will share what we've done so far. And I do have a couple questions for you guys, mostly around a theme. So I'll share with you. This is the screen. Oh, I got a little picture of my old photos. Okay. This is a screen that the spreadsheet, like you can see, this is Jen Forrester's work right here, friends. 2023, 2024, 2025. Now my turn. This is just copied from last year. So this is not necessarily accurate at all because it's last year's data, but makes it a little easier. And then I also had my little like for the day of, and this is where we need a theme.
Was it composting last year?
Yeah, I just deleted it. It was like trash to treasure for compost. I'm inclined, if I can get things moving with the young man who wants to set up the student, the fifth grader, and the Council on Aging is on board with that plan. I was kind of thinking maybe this year the theme could be about like keeping the town clean and litter free, which I know is always the theme because it's cleanup day, but with this new program. So I wanted to just talk about it with you all to make a decision. This is our sign up genius for it.
Something like youth leading the way, and we highlight that kid.
I like it. Let's brainstorm. I'll just write down ideas and we'll pick one.
The other one is highlighting waste minimization. I know we've done it
Yeah.
a million times, but
I was gonna say that as well, Raphael, because it's been like has it been almost a year since
July
we
1st.
could, yeah, and like we went down significantly well, for some people, went down in size because their bins weren't necessarily compliant, and like I, I don't know if it's like diversion or minimization, whatever, some version of like throw away less. And I like that kind of like goes with the like supporting like sign up for composting or do backyard composting or whatever. But I'm wondering if there's an opportunity to get some feedback in a way if people don't yell about like the trash bins and stuff. Like I'm curious if people like bought a second, but like we could promote like buying a second bin if they wanted to or whatever. But like I'm curious if people bought the second bin, if they're using it, like what people's experience has been. But I don't want to give like the impression that we're gonna like make changes based on it. But I am super curious about like how it's going.
I
Yeah.
love that idea. Like, what have you done to adjust? But
Yeah.
how do we minimize the angry barkers is the only thing. They're
Right.
probably not going to be there.
Yeah, maybe not.
They might be. We could be the lightning rod that day.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to encourage like a revolt or anything, but if we could highlight, I don't know if there's like maybe some success stories of like, here's what I did to reduce my waste, right? Or I don't know, like, do we have data from the town on
Yes, we have some.
tonnage?
We do have
Yeah.
some. I don't have the most recent one, but actually I think just the annual report. There's
We
a
definitely
22
do.
in the first 3 months. Raphael, do you have more recent stuff?
I don't. Kevin does. I mean, we talked about it for like the first 2 or 3 months, and then we haven't chatted
Yeah,
about it since.
that's what I have here is within the first 3 months, it was a 22% reduction in trash tonnage curbside, which could mean people were using the drop-off options, but I kind of doubt that because there was a simultaneous increase in composting. Um, and I don't quote me on this, but the last conversation I had with Kevin, I believe we had less than 25% of people actually had purchased a second cart of households, I mean, which we had predicted a little over 30% based on data. So I don't have the dates or the specific numbers though. So maybe we can get an update.
We can definitely get an update.
Yeah.
It's a good idea to have this on for Earth Day because we're going to need to start pulling information together anyways for May 18th.
Okay. True. Yeah.
And it'll also give us additional, perhaps, comments from people who attend on what we might want to include on the 18th.
That's such a great idea. Yeah, I know we had talked about with the mailer when I was like, maybe I'll make a survey. And then we were kind of, maybe we don't want to do a survey that makes anyone think that something's going to change based on their feedback at this time. You know, it's too soon to even be thinking about major changes. I mean, I know, Raphael, was there any talk in the budget process about the moving to weekly recycling this year?
No, I've had 2 or 3 folks in town asking how much money it would be, but no,
Okay.
there was no.
Because I know initially we had been told it was about 100, I want to say 140K difference increase to go to weekly. And knowing that the town, I think, is facing an override this year, I assumed
Yeah.
that it was not put on the books, but
Correct.
okay. So if people ask, we can explain. That would be great, but we need people to say we're willing to pass an override to fund it.
And I think the three ways you do that is you can do a citizens petition, you can get in the ear of the select board, either directly or through the SAC. Well, no, that's kind of it.
Yeah. All right. So what I'm hearing is we definitely want, regardless of what the Earth Day themes become, for May 18th, and then whatever we gather for that, we can use at Earth Day as well. Oh, no, wait. Earth Day's first. For Earth Day, and then we can use it at May 18th. We want to gather some data to share out about how things have been going, and maybe see if we can collect any success or like ideas. Tell me more. Keep brainstorming.
So I was just wondering about like the data because it might be cool if we could somehow visualize the reduction in solid waste.
Yep.
So like, I don't know, this isn't feasible, but I'm gonna say it out loud because brainstorming. But like if there were a clear trash can that was all the way filled up and we could be like 2024 and then 2025, right? Like or whatever, like and then it's like this much versus like this much, right? Like X percent difference. And then like that translates to we probably can't do it, but like X dollars. That could be interesting, or like decrease in environmental impact like for Topsfield. So like I don't know how to visualize that. Like I don't really want to do like a poster because I think that's boring. It would be cool to see like to show like a trash can filled with a bunch of stuff and then another trash can that had like half of that, which I don't think it's half, but 22% or whatever it might be. And then like a question like how do we get it to this or something? I don't know. It could be like a cool conversation point, like if that were at our table, for example, or like people wrote down like ways that they reduced their solid waste, or maybe there's like I don't know, like remember one year we had like it didn't work very well because we didn't get enough people like traffic coming by, but we had those like the gallon milk jugs and they had to put corks in. But like this, I want to have more composting or weekly recycling or no change or something like that. But like if there were maybe like some sort of like thermometer of like like I composted more, or I watched what I bought more, or I don't know. I don't know how to like visualize that, but if we could get input from people, and then maybe we put that out on social afterwards, like this is what your neighbors did to reduce their waste.
I love that. I love that. And I was first thinking that we can collect testimonials and like just like drop it in a barrel and maybe offer a prize for entering a testimonial about what you've done to reduce waste. But I really like Jen's thoughts about the visual representation. And so I'm wondering if we had a really big bulletin board out, and pegs, and then people could have their testimonial, and then we can put it up and like fill the board by the end of the day. And then, yes, definitely use the testimonials for social media. But I feel like that would be nice because then other people would be seeing what people are doing as they're filling out their own testimonial.
It's a good idea.
We could maybe gather some data through the sustainable Topsfield, like Instagram and Facebook too, right? Like in advance of that. Like what did you do to reduce your
We could
waste?
pre-populate the corkboard with some of those.
Yeah, get it started.
Or is there a way to like do a survey, like a Google survey, and then have that data to show at Earth Day? Like rather than using Earth Day as the tool to collect stuff, we could use it as the opportunity to share. how
I
people
like
have.
the idea of that. I don't think I have personally have the bandwidth to do it, to do a survey like that this year.
Yeah, well, I was just wondering if there was a way to push out a survey on Instagram because,
Hmm.
like, we don't care if it. I don't actually mean this, but like I do. Like, we don't care if it's like statistically significant. Like before, we had to do an actual
No,
survey
but
that everybody had access to. This obviously would have like selection bias of the people that follow. The I don't know how many followers we have if we have enough like
no, but you're right.
social
Like,
media traffic to get anything valuable, but.
well, this, to your point, like this isn't just a survey to collect data. This is a survey to literally anecdotal examples.
Yeah,
It's not even really a survey then. It's more of like a
like just ways to brag,
find a
like
different,
and get other people motivated.
we'll just have to, I feel like if we could call it something other than a survey, find a
Right,
different
right,
word for
right.
what it is and just let people start sharing their, what's the word? Like where
Share
you,
your
Well, like
success or something.
Didn't Cherise
sometimes
call
they
it a
do.
testimonial?
Yeah, a testimonial or a success share or something like that.
crowdsource it, like a crowdsourcing of ideas.
Crowdsource is a good one. Yeah.
I do like the idea of getting some kind of visual where people can like stick on or pin on their personal um, feedback or like a success story. I think
Mhm.
last year we had a poster where people could write on it, but
Yeah.
maybe like something visual, like I don't know. I don't think we want it to be like a piece of trash that they're like putting on the board, but like I don't know, something where the background is the earth or I don't know. Um, and
Like
maybe
that.
there's sections like categories like reducing versus reusing so they can
Mm,
organize them into similar buckets to be more
like rethinking of
like
the,
like how do you reduce and or how I don't know
Mhm.
like share a strategy you use to reduce or reuse.
I like the strategy. That's a good word. Sorry. I can't form words, but this is awesome, you guys. So basically, the idea for a theme, maybe still staying on the waste stuff before we get into because either way, my runway for this, our runway, but like I'm just thinking as far as with the student that I'm working with as well, is like pretty short. We had think it's kind of more under updates on the agenda, but with the Council on Aging and the student, we had sort of used Earth Day as like a goal deadline to introduce the concept of a cleanup crew. And then I was going to borrow supplies again from Salem, but then hope to buy our own for next year. So I could, I'm just justifying not having that be a theme and going back to a waste reducing theme. Am I hearing, are you guys kind of all on the same page, like to stay with a theme that's around reducing waste?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
Thanks, Stephanie. All right. So if anybody's like in the shower and goes, "Oh, I thought of a word," just send it. Like that's not deliberating anything. We're just kind of coming up with that for Earth Day. So please send it my way so we can start creating promotion because we need to do that ASAP. And I'd love to have a theme. I liked the idea last year of saying like we'll have a theme each year. I just personally find it more easier to invest the time in when it's like a little different each year. It's not just so appreciate that. All right, Earth Day. I had the theme, PR, preparation. Raphael, I wonder if maybe I don't know what your bandwidth is, so please just say no if you don't think you'll be able to do it. But last year, I put in my notes to communicate with Neil Hovey sooner than later about coordinating with the town safety team to allow people to sign up for more high traffic places that require some safety, like Route 1, where if they could have someone from their department, if they're available, just help ensure traffic safety around cleaning up litter.
Mhm.
And the reason I called you out is because, you are the chair of our select board.
I am, yeah. My initial thought is maybe. I have a feeling they wouldn't love doing it.
Yeah,
But,
last year his comment to me was just like, just talk to me sooner.
okay. All right. Can you send that to me? I'll use that as an intro and see what he says. But
Okay, it was a verbal note.
oh, okay.
I don't have a written note.
All right. All right. Let me.
Actually, I might. Let me check. And then let me see what's next on the agenda while I'm checking so that we can keep talking. Yeah, that was kind of the only, because then I have the cleanup stuff. That's all booths for celebration. And like I said, I need to send a note to the full sustainability friends of, like, I don't like using this meeting time for those details. What was I gonna do?
Zilly, are you gonna make a sign up genius? Does that still happen?
Yep, I'll
Yeah.
share it. I have it ready. I'll
You
share
do.
it real quick.
And is it okay to sign up for not Saturday,
Yep.
Friday after school or something?
Yeah. So basically, it's the same idea. It says uh, it's a I don't know that we necessarily, I wonder if I should be more clear that you can do it whenever works for you.
Yeah, like I was just thinking about like trying to get my Girl Scout troop um, to do it together, but
Yeah.
like Friday after school since I'm probably away on Saturday.
Yeah, it's kind of hidden here. You're welcome to complete the cleanup part anytime prior to or on the morning of.
Okay.
I have had in the past troops like you just described say like we're signing up for this, and I've even gotten them their golden tickets to to the adult that's over like supervising them to give to the kids directly instead of coming to the booth.
Okay.
I think that's kind of maybe a little bit of a more word of mouth reach out to me.
Gotcha.
What do you think? Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the sign up genius is ready to go. Oh, one thing I did do since we last spoke is I haven't sent this to anybody yet, but I'm finally created like a sign up for the people who want to have a booth. Just super, super simple. That's it. I think it's the same thing we've always done, just in a chart, in a thing. All right, I'm gonna move on to annual report, and I'm gonna look for that for you, Raphael, later. Make a
Okay.
note.
Yep.
All right, so annual reports are always fun. I know that people like spend all of town meeting reading every word of these beautiful books that Topsfield's the only of the tri-town that still prints. The rest of them just put them on their websites. I think they're a lovely little keepsake. I don't know if it's worth all the paper to print enough for every resident, but that's
Is
just
that something we should start advocating for?
maybe like it might be worth it to just say it's nice to have a few copies, like maybe at the library, at town hall.
Yeah.
But does everybody need one? Or like people could come request one, but I feel like a lot of them just end up in the recycle bin. Maybe it's something we think about.
I read it during town meeting.
Yeah, I mean it's a it's a nice thing to have like for historical purposes, but I know
That's why I know we have members of the pirate party, political pirate political party registered in town.
From the
Anyways,
annual report. Wow.
yeah, I digress.
So anyway, I let ChatGPT help me get this started. Phil's minutes are huge because this is for the calendar year of 2025. So it's always really tricky to remember what started January 2026 and not report on that. But this is it. I think you all had a chance to read it. I did a few tweaks based on people's feedback. Anybody have any further thoughts or any motions?
Happy to make a motion to approve it.
Thanks, Sharice.
I'll
I'll
second
second. Oh,
All
you
right.
can second it.
either one.
Yep. And I will roll call our vote. I'll start with you this time, Phil.
Aye.
Jen,
Aye.
Raphael,
Aye.
Sharice,
Aye.
and I'm obviously an aye. So thank you, guys. We will submit that to Sam for the annual report. And back to the agenda. Sharice, did you want to share, or could you share with us just a little update? We haven't had like a proper update on how it's going with social media.
Yeah, and I'm sorry if you hear my cat purring. Can you
I
hear
love
that
it.
right now?
No, can't even
Because it
hear.
might put everyone to sleep. She decided to settle in right here. It's like so zen. So social media is going well. We've had a little bit of growth. Obviously, these are really small accounts right now, but our Facebook page is up to 101 followers, which is pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
Also, our Facebook page is now a member itself of the Residents of Topsfield Facebook group and the actual Residents of Topsfield Facebook group, which are the two biggest social media groups for the town. So it's kind of nice because when we're posting on Facebook, it can automatically post as Sustainable Topsfield to those groups without one of us personally having to forward it, which sometimes people have reactions to certain ones of us who they feel represent certain things. But also then we can maximize by one of us then forwarding it into those groups so it can kind of pop twice, which is nice. It's been helpful to have some other partner social media accounts in town amplifying our messages. So the Topsfield Facebook page itself, which has amplified a couple of posts. The Tri-Town Human Rights Coalition has done a great job doing that. And the library also has been a big help. So I feel like those three, well, and Green Topsfield, of course, are probably what's getting us the most new followers over there. And then on Instagram, we only have 56 followers, but that is partly because we can't post as much. Like on Facebook, you know how you share somebody else's post and then that shows up as one of your posts on your Facebook page? But you can't do that on Instagram. You can share somebody else's post to your story and you can repost it, but it doesn't populate as one of your posts on your page. So I think that's part of why it's a little bit harder to grow there. Plus, it's not like we have town Facebook groups or anything of that sort on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I think that will grow less slowly, but I think it's going well. And I think anytime anybody on the committee has an idea for a post or a graphic, or if you see like a local group posting something that would be good to share, feel free to just private message it to Sustainable Topsfield or email it to me, and I'll make sure that it gets there, because sometimes it's just easier if I see something that somebody shares, like I can just get it out quickly rather than sitting and thinking about it. But yeah, I think it's growing fairly well so far.
Thank you so much for taking that on. Like there's sometimes like I haven't looked in a little bit and then I'm like, oh, she's done like 3 or 4 posts. I have to like these and share them and like do something with them. Because you have to remember to do it. So that's huge in and of itself. And just finding, not finding, but just like finding and choosing good things to repost as well as our own content. I think your selections have been really good.
Thanks.
I noticed that you mentioned the Tri-Town Human Rights Coalition. They're doing an invasive plants. And that Mary Ellen Dixon has been talking to me for a while about wanting to work with us on stuff. And I sort of pushed her to next fall because I just felt like we were so hyper focused on certain things right now. So I was happy that she got in with them to work at Hood's Pond. If anyone's ever has an opportunity to do a day of woody invasive clearing with her, with Mary Ellen Dixon, it's so gratifying. You're out in nature and you're doing something that you feel like might actually make a little bit of a difference. And I see it now, like now when I drive from here to Ipswich, this is a total digression from social media, sorry. But just if you guys notice, like I can see where the bittersweet's been cut repeatedly now over a few years. And I'm like, yay, trees, you can breathe again. Like you're not getting strangled. So I highly recommend. All right, that was a great update. Thanks, Therese. Any other thoughts or questions on socials?
Well, I was just thinking about when we were emailing with Sean at the library about the Monarch talk for Thursday. He did say that at that point, and this was a day ago, there were 33 people signed up already. So I just thought that was worth sharing because I think that's pretty successful. I was in the library activity room for an event last night, and I was thinking while I was in there, like, wow, 33 people in here is kind of going to pack the room. So it's great.
I agree. I think that's a huge success. I can't wait till next year's annual report. So I can
Write it down now.
Yeah, I'm super excited. And I don't even remember if I technically registered for it. So like there's definitely going to be more than that if that's how many people registered, because I think registration was optional. So that's really good. Yay. Any more updates, Raphael, since the last time on the town website stuff?
No, it's just been slow going. So Stephanie is basically staying with the town just to get through this website, but there's been just no fire, no push.
Yeah.
With that said, Kevin maintains that it is nearly done. And that's why I reached out to you, Zilly, and said, hey, I think we're finally where we thought we were last December, wanting to be the guinea pigs. And I was told the best thing to do is, just reach out to Stephanie.
Yeah. Yeah. She did ask me for updated content just for our page for the new launch. And I told her to give me a deadline because I needed deadlines to actually complete tasks. If you haven't noticed that about me. So.
But I think part of it too, though, is from what I can tell, we're the only group that's thinking about using, how can we use this? There's an email functionality buried in there. Let's make sure it works the way we want it.
Correct.
That's
the biggest
even
thing,
if we
honestly.
set up like a test group like this group and just make sure we're getting emails.
Yeah.
Because once Stephanie leaves, I have less confidence that we'll have any kind of recourse on getting something done.
All right.
quickly.
Maybe I'll try to connect with her directly more, because like the stuff that's in the mailer, like imagine if there was an email listserv for all residents who have email and are signed up for the town distribution, just like the phone calls.
Yeah.
Like it would definitely have to be mindfully done who's allowed to, Well, no, they would be signing up for it, right?
We'd have to have them sign up. It has to be an opt-in.
For sure. So, but even then, like you don't want to bombard emails when with junk, but just like what was in the mailer to go out in an email to everybody a few weeks after the mailer. Dreamy. All right. Thanks for that. Thanks for continuing to ask, because I think even having you have that on your list of things to check and poke them about.
Well, thanks for keep asking me.
Yeah, no, it does make a difference, because if no one's asking, then why do anything, right? So please continue to do that, and thank you for doing it so far. All right, I have a little bit of an update on I think I already sort of shared it, but the Keep Mass Beautiful was just that I did meet with Friends of Council on Aging. I don't think I shared that update last time. And they're so on board with being part of a team with students for Friday afternoon downtown cleanups. And they were even talking about like student to senior citizen ratios being the target being like 3 to 1. And they love the idea of having like um brand like vests or something that sort of identifies them as this is what they're doing. So the ball is rolling on that. But actually, now that that's not the theme for this May, we can still slow roll that out and maybe have it be the goal that that's a big theme for next year, that we have it be like everybody shows up in their matching vests and their lanyards and their badges. And I think I told you guys, just Sharice especially, like running, or Jen too, like with, and Raphael, anybody who's ever been involved in like a Girl Scout troop or a troop. I mean, just so cute. He's like all about badges. And he's like, and then you can turn, and then you get a sticker, and then you bring it to the pizza shop and get a slice of pizza because you cleaned up. And it's
Nice.
adorable. And I'm like, yeah, why not? Like, if there's a bunch of kids that are like, there's too much trash, let's clean it up. Like, let's do it. Um, one question I had for you guys is the pocket park. I just want your opinion on this as a committee. I keep getting feedback. The town is like a carry in, carry out trash for the downtown, but then there are trash receptacles at uh the playground and the baseball field. And I keep getting asked like about putting one back down by the pocket park. And I'm like, having this group to clean up, I think maybe that will help us decide what makes sense. But I just wanted to see if you guys had opinions on that.
Who would be
Because-
emptying the receptacle?
Yeah, the DPW, the same, which they do the parks.
What's the, like with the whole cleanup thing of downtown, I mean, what's the issue? Are the trash cans overflowing, or they're just not being used? I mean, is it a problem?
There's no
with
trash cans
capacity?
downtown. The town has no trash cans downtown.
The logic was that they were overflowing and that it was taking a lot of time from the DPW to go and empty them once or twice a day. I think this was from before COVID that this decision was made too.
Hmm.
I
I know
remember
Kevin feels very strongly about it. I'm just not remembering why.
Yeah.
Well, I remember that the overflowing trash cans would also lead to bees, which, were difficult, especially with little kids playing at the playground, and especially for the pocket park where people want to sit and gather.
Hmm.
You don't want to be afraid of getting stung.
Hmm.
So it's hard. I think it's hard to say which one's better,
Yeah.
because it does look really messy when it's not cleaned up
Yeah.
very regularly, and especially like if people have pizza boxes and things like that that are like odd shapes and they fill it
Right.
up quickly with 2 pizza places right there.
Hmm.
That can be tough.
Yeah. Right. I think that's sort of the idea of carry in, carry out is like you bring that back to the pizza shop. Whereas if there's a trash can, you'll try to shove it in there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let me talk with Kevin again. I know there's a reason and he feels quite strongly about it,
Yeah.
but let me refresh my
Yeah, and it's
memory and
not
I'll
urgent.
come
In
back.
fact, it could just wait. Like we could start with this group to do the cleanups and see what their feedback is. Like, I I was even thinking, what if we just put a smaller one, like those skinnier, like um, they're not, they're like the size of the black earth bin. Sometimes they're up high, like in cities, you'll see them like up on a post instead of a regular trash bin. Like that way, people at least have a little bit of an option if the stores are closed or if they're walking. This is who I've been getting the feedback from is people who are out walking and they're like, I would pick it up if I could just drop it in a trash can right
Yeah.
there, but I'm not going to carry it home or like go into a business where I'm not the customer to dump it. So
Well, I think the fundamental problem there is who's the poop head who's dropping it on the ground in the first place.
for sure, 100%.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for that feedback. Any other updates from you all? Giving it a minute. Okay. All right. So I think that's everything for today. I have our next meeting set for April 14th at noon. So hopefully you've got that in your calendars. And it looks like we're 2 minutes before 1 p.m.
Overachievers, aren't we?
Amazing. Oh, Teleona Perimene. Sorry, my dad. All right, I'm gonna adjourn us and then go help my dad.
All right, great.
All right,
you.
Bye, everybody.
meeting adjourned at 12:58. Thanks, everybody.